Howdy, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the plaid sofa. Which sounds like a euphemism for something horrible, if I can stop helping myself to Ashens' one-liners when I do these pastiches. Nevertheless, the rubber gloves have returned once again. They're kind of falling off, so I'm trying to reuse them with these pastiche videos. Whatever. So, we returned to the plaid sofa after a nice little trip to Aldi, or as my dad likes to call it, Aldi's, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. There is no Aldi running Aldi, and it's certainly not a family name, and I can hear the refrigerator firing up, so whatever. So the whole Aldi's thing, I just don't get it. The name is short for Albrecht Discount. Aldi, not Aldi's. Whatever. So I like to say that Aldi is the Weird Al Yankovic of grocery stores because of their parody brands, to say the least. And it just so happens that I came across one of the most hilarious parody brands that I have seen yet in their stores this afternoon. Using the eyes that reside in your head, ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes upon Millville Crispy Rice Treats. Rubber-gloved thumbs up to Aldi's lawyers for pulling this one off. Really? Crispy Rice Treats. That sounds kinda like, don't flip the words or the lawyers might flip out. Yeah. So obviously, Millville Crispy Rice Treats is Aldi's take on Rice Krispies treats. Oh wait, that's how it works. There's no S. There's no S right here, so Crispy Rice Treats instead of Rice Krispies Treats. Either way, I'm very familiar with Rice Krispies Treats. I happen to like them, and they're one of the less expensive sweet snacks in most of the break rooms at the places that I work at. So, and you can do worse when it comes to sugary food. So, if you have a sweet tooth, this is probably one of the more benign ways of satisfying it without loading yourself up with sugar. I dare say that one of these little things will satisfy your sweet tooth with a lot less sugar than, say, sugary soda or candy or something like that. What do we have for a box? Crispy rice treats with... This is why, well, at least they have no high fructose corn syrup. We like that. Okay, well, let's take a look at the box here. We have an obvious parody of a certain, flip the words, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, as usual with Aldi stuff, extra barcodes on almost all of the darn sides. Matter of fact, I seem to have this thing for always picking the side without the extra barcodes first. Yeah, per 1 bar serving, 90 calories. Oh, it's not too calorically dense. 1 gram of saturated fat, 110 milligrams of sodium, and then 7 grams of sugar, which means a serving of these things actually has less sugar than a serving of milk. Funny how that works. Alright, we're going to have to actually move the camera in order to show you the nutrition label because it's massive and it won't fit in the shot properly. Oh, another Ashens line that I'm kind of helping myself to here. Well, let's use the zoomer that resides in the camera. Gonna make people camera sick. Serving size, 1 bar. Servings per container, 8. 90 calories, da-da-da-da-da. Nothing too exciting. Any weird ingredients? Crisp rice? Hey, wait a minute. No high fructose corn syrup ingredients. Focus. No high fructose corn syrup, but there's regular corn syrup. So if you're watching your fructose, Focus. Beta carotene. What? It's high def. Read the darn thing. Milk, soy, no tree nuts warning here. Distributed by Aldi. Big surprise there. Considering Aldi distributes most of all their stuff. And again, it's Aldi, not Aldi's. Okay, so let's quit playing box games here and check this stuff out with rubber gloves ready to go. If we can get it open. It doesn't slide out. It doesn't slide out. Okay, 3, 2, 1, rip the freaking thing. Well, at least these things are individually wrapped. Yay! Crispy rice treats. Well, at least they're individually wrapped. I can tell you right now that these things are... Focus! I can tell right now that these things are smaller than the Rice Krispie treats that I see in the break rooms at work and stuff. So we're taking a portion size hit here versus the ones that I see the vending machines have. Alright, the big problem I have usually with these knockoff foods is that they're not as sweet or not as something as, oh, that is definitely smaller. Diet Rice Krispie treats? I don't know. Well, at least I'm not making jokes about Rice Krispies, the lost language, blah, blah, blah. Anyways. Alright, so, let's get the box back in plain view here, even though there's now wrappers getting in the way and stuff like that. So this is what we had to deal with here. Basically a block of crispy rice mixed with marshmallows. Let's see if it's blander than the regular Rice Krispies treats. Alright, crispy rice treats from Aldi in 3, 2, 1. Oof. Yeah. Yeah! Wow. Yep, as I thought. Dentists would not approve of this. Versus a regular Rice Krispie treat, it is a lot harder to bite through the marshmallow. And it tastes... I wouldn't say it tastes off, because of course the Brits would be like, ooh, is it rotten? No, it isn't. It does taste like crisp rice and marshmallow, but it tastes different. Maybe because it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup or something. Ugh. It's almost like a piece of taffy. Yikes. A lot less of the marshmallow taste compared to the major brand Rice Krispies version of this. So yes, definitely. This is definitely something you would only want to buy if you were living on a budget. Ugh! Man! You'd think that these things would be easier to bite through if they're individually wrapped like this. What's the date on these things? Well, I just bought them today, so it's not like they're... Wow! Yep. Definitely an experience. Right. Yeah. Now, considering that the ones in the break rooms at the places I work at are individually wrapped, though this isn't labeled for individual sale, but they're wrapped just like this. These, the ones in the break room are definitely chewier and easier to bite through. These are tougher. It's like a half-dry piece of taffy. So... cheap knockoff this most certainly is. As usual, these things with Aldi are definitely usually a hit or a miss. This one's kind of leaning more towards the miss side of it. Let's try another one. Here's another one. Let me just show you how hard it is to pull apart. Ugh. Yeah, and see how, it came apart like it's solid or something like that? I mean, that is definitely a lot harder. And it's harder to bite through than the major brand Rice Krispies version. So, yeah, well, I'd say if you want to try one of these things, just to say that you did, go for it. They'll certainly be cheap, too. Woo. Don't tell your dentist, though. Oh, wow. So I would definitely say... I didn't think I'd see the day when I would say that I like vending machine food better than, food I get from the supermarket, but wow. It does taste faintly of the kind of marshmallow and crisp rice taste that you would expect from one of these, but the sweetener is different. Maybe because there's no high fructose corn syrup, and there's only regular corn syrup and stuff like that. But yeah, marshmallow squares, these definitely do not taste like their major brand counterparts. They have their own unique taste to them, and they're definitely harder to bite through. So, if you're going to try one of these, just do yourself a favor and don't tell your dentist.
You know, green text with a random robotic voice at the end of a YouTube video is such a cool idea. It totally makes the video